Well, the dominoes, they're all falling.
Me, baby, bust it open, bring it back. I'm the realest killer in it, I don't even need to act. Throwing up the racks, I'm just throwing up the racks, baby.
Yo people, what's happening? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I do hope you're doing well, mate. Really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea news. We've got the here we go now from Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. We'd already heard, he'd said yes. We'd already heard Chelsea had agreed a transfer fee with the club. It's coming to pass now, which means Julian Alvarez, however it's pronounced, looks like he'll be going to Atletico Madrid for like a deal worth up to 90 million euros, which is chicken oriental, mate, if you ask me, which would see Samu Omorodion, put some swang in it, Yannick, coming to Chelsea. Also an update on Court Offside about Victor Osimhen. Of course, we reacted just this morning, I think, to an article from Miguel Delaney saying there's confidence this deal will get done. But it was, like I said, I've got respect for Miguel Delaney of The Independent. Glasses are steaming up. But it's not like an Ornstein. It's not a Romano. And we said that, to be honest. I said that in the video this morning. And now there's been reports that the demands from Napoli is just absolutely insane, bro. Big time. Alright, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting the content. Consider dropping a like on the video to offer your sweet, loving support. If you do subscribe, if you want to subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you're notified when I upload. And you'll hear my commentary on the news that's popping up regarding Chelsea Football Club, mate. So, a little bit of obviously the main events are Osimhen, Gallagher, Samu as well. But just reading here from London World correspondent Rahman Osman speaking about how David Detro Fofana, of course he's another centre forward that Chelsea will be looking to probably sell, alongside Armando Bria. And maybe we loan Mark Gu now. I hope not, because even if we get Samu in, I hope we do keep Gu. Personally, I think he could be really, really useful. He could come off the bench in both European games and domestic games as well. But yes, Osman is talking about how David Detro Fofana has agreed to join Leicester. Leicester City, of course, promoted back into the Premier League via Enzo Maresca, who's now the Chelsea head coach. The deal is not done yet, but it's very close, with Chelsea holding out for a loan with an obligation to buy. Yeah, so they want to sell him, essentially. I get that. He's a good player, David Detro Fofana. I think he was never Chelsea quality. Of course, he's Ivorian. Everyone got terribly excited about Didier Drogba 2.0. He go to Union Berlin. Obviously, he scored a few goals for Burnley. Looked pretty good. He looks pretty good, man. I think Leicester's a great destination for him. Premier League football still. Yeah, he'll reflect on his transfer to Chelsea positively because he's been playing Premier League football. I think from Malta. Did we sign him from Mulder? Scandinavian team. So that'll be a good move for him, of course. And let's talk about Gallagher then once more. So, Romano tweeting this, Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. Here we go. It's happened. Not quite the boy who had a dream like Mason Mount, but how about the boy that actually supported Chelsea, unlike Mason Mount? He's a Chelsea fan, Conor Gallagher. Romano says after late exclusive news on his green light to Atleti, there's okay for his move from the clubs. 5-year contracts for Gallagher. Interestingly here, guys, 42 million euros. We were told 40 million at first. An extra 2 million, significant. Fee to Chelsea for the English midfielder. The medical's booked for tomorrow, Wednesday. So subject to medical. Of course, Simeone really, really wanted this player. He really wanted Conor Gallagher. Now, this essentially, apparently something, I don't know how it was. It's very, very confusing because it was a domino thing of free transfers. Gallagher going to Atletico, Samu coming to Chelsea, and Alvarez going to Atletico as well. It seems weird that they had to spend 42 million on Conor so they could spend 90 million euros on Alvarez. Not sure I understand that. And also, guys, just quickly on Alvarez for 90 million, because I did videos on this channel about Chelsea should be looking at Alvarez. Not for 90 million. 9-0. And, you know, Atletico Madrid as well. Of course, they spent a lot of money on Joao Felix. But he had an amazing season for Benfica, really high productivity, and had all the flair in between. Alvarez played he played a lot of games. He played like the same amount of games as Nico Jackson, but scored less goals. He got a few more assists. I believe he got 4. So yeah, let me just so he played one more game than Nicolas Jackson, Alvarez, and scored 3 less goals, and they were both non-penalty. So I mean, I don't think Alvarez scored any penalties, but he scored 11 goals. Jackson got 14. Yes, Jackson missed chances, but Jackson is, you know, playing in the craziest dysfunctional Chelsea side ever, where, you know, he had the weight of being Chelsea's number 9. Alvarez was always behind Haaland. He had a lot of games, though. I don't know, like 90 million for Alvarez, who scored 3 less goals than Jackson with more appearances. I know, like I said, I know he got assists. It's important to recognise the assists, but he's passing the ball to insanely accomplished finishes in the Man City side. Look, I'm not slagging off Alvarez here. I would have taken him at Chelsea. Not for 90 million, I wouldn't have. I don't know. I mean, a positionally versatile player. He scored less than 1 in 3 for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. So why do you think he's going to pop off playing for Atletico Madrid? And therefore, with that productivity, is he worth like best part of 100 million? Seems crazy to me. You know, Man City are laughing to the bank here. They spent 14 million pounds on him, selling him for 90 million euros. Yeah, just seems a bit crazy. I don't quite get it personally. I guess when you buy him, you're buying the profile, like the brand as well. I mean, he's not a particular, you know, big character or like Galactico style marketability player, is he? But he has won a World Cup, he's won a Copa, he's won a treble, so he's got all that to his name, and I guess that inflates the price. Anyway, I don't want to go whinge too long about that because it is what it is. Yes, so Conor Gallagher, 42 million. Let's just quickly have a couple of words on that. It's sad, but I would have liked to have kept him. But I was listening to Liam Twomey talk about this on the Straight Out of Cobham podcast today, which of course is the Chelsea podcast for The Athletic. He kind of like, you know, he said the owners kind of are thinking what I feel, which is, Gallagher's a great player, but is he a starter in the type of team Chelsea want to become? Do you know what I mean? Like, does Conor Gallagher start in Chelsea's Premier League winning sides? And even though they're quite dated now, because to win the Prem now is a whole other beast, I feel like he'd be utilised a lot. But is he worth putting him on, you know, their opinion? I kind of differ slightly, but like, would you want to put him on a lot of money for 7 years if you're not entirely sure that he's going to be the guy, you know? At least he's getting a wicked move. Look, he is. This is a great, exciting move for Conor Gallagher. I know he wants to play for his boyhood club, but it's not like we've like bombed him out and he's got to go and play for Forest or Everton. Like, you know, like we were sort of pushing Trevo out to these kind of clubs for a while. He's going to the Wanda Metropolitano to play for Atletico Madrid, you know, Champions League finalists. They've won a couple of recent league titles. Great club, great, you know, city, great fan base, and a style of play that they'll love. And, you know, he'll be a very key component in the midfield. You can be frustrated. Everyone has their right to be. But I feel a little bit better knowing that he's going somewhere that's just such a positive and prime destination for him. So that's good, right? Okay, so in this like domino effect, Alvarez, Gallagher, and Samu Amarodian coming to Chelsea. The 20-year-old striker, if you didn't look at this morning's video, if you haven't seen it, I'd urge you to go back and look. We had a little reminder of his stats on X-Value, the statistics platform to look at players. Very strong finisher, very good in the air, not the best at passing, but is a kind of different profile to Nicolas Jackson, and maybe in a philosophically dogmatic manager like Enzo Maresca, who wants to play a certain way, he's a plan B striker. he is a plan B striker, comparatively anyway to Nico Jackson. Nico's a bit more like, combinational play, a bit better at passing, probably a bit better at dribbling as well. And to be honest, man, like, we'll speak about Osimhen in just a moment, but if we do keep Gu, I'm cool with Nico, Samu, and Gu. There's talk about how Chelsea are very interested in a marketed, a striker with high marketability, like brand value, like Osimhen. That's why they never stopped. Romano said today that it's not dead in the water, the deal, despite what we're going to read in a moment. But Chelsea just aren't going to get taken for a ride here. I feel like we are going to sign Samu, and if we do, it will be crazy to sign Osimhen. Again, we spoke about this morning. I mean, no Chelsea fan would say no to Osimhen if the deal is agreeable. But I got nothing against Samu. He's meant to be very high ceiling player. He's only 20 years old. He won't be high wages. He'll be very sort of agreeable wages. And what if he looks really? What if he's just really good? What if he just does really good? I mean, £35 million is a lot of money. I'm just going to quickly see something. 42 euros into pounds. Yeah, so we'll make so it's not just selling Conor Gallagher for the Samu money. We'll make a 1.2 million on top as well. And again, pure profit, Conor Gallagher. So he's immediately ejected and 30, and the 35 million is amortized by 5 years. Even if we put him on a 7+1, you can only amortize contracts now for 5 years. So I'm just going to quickly 35 divided by 5. Yeah, so essentially on the books with Samu, you are spending £7 million for the first year of the 5 years. £7 million, and then obviously Conor Gallagher, you're getting over £36 million. So you're getting £29 million profit on this year's books by that purchase and sale. This is what the accountants like, man. So yeah, let's talk about Osimhen for a little bit. All right, so we reacted to that independent article this morning, where again, if you watched that video this morning, a couple of segments that Miguel Delaney wrote, he was very, very confident, bro. Like, this deal will get done. Like, it's gonna, there's a feeling that this deal's gonna get done, and something else as well. Very, very confident. That sort of made me think, especially because I listen and watch to all that Romano says, and he's like sort of being very, very gentle and cautious about that deal at the moment. Of course, the big dog himself, the highest authority on transfers, David Ornstein, said Chelsea are talking to Napoli about Osimhen. They're trying to get it done. But Caught Offside, I published an article today that Chelsea want to give. I mean, I'm going to sort of like, I'm going to, so in euros, so 60 million euros, what's that? £55 million. Chelsea want to give Napoli that and Lukaku. And to be honest, that would be a really good deal. 55 million quid and Lukaku. Like, Lukaku's worth how much, bro? Like, realistically, like, like, he should have been 40 million euros, but maybe he's like 25 million pounds, right? So 55 million pounds, that's like 70 million quid for Osimhen, and they wanted 120 for him not very long ago. Now, there's going to be a discount to be had here, but that would be amazing had we got that. Because apparently Chelsea don't want to go beyond 60 million euros with Lukaku. But Napoli have asked for at least 2 players. Listen to this. This is coming from Caught Offside from Jason Pettigrove, right? He says this. They want at least 2 players. So they want Romelu Lukaku plus one other. And that other player could be either Cesare Casadei, which kind of makes sense. Good Italian midfielder. Up and coming, high, like lots of highly regarded, especially in Italy. So it would make sense Napoli like him. And obviously Trevoh Chalobah. We know Trevoh Chalobah is a good player. He's versatile. He can play central defensive midfield, centre back, right back. Trevoh, and Italian clubs have looked at him before, as well as Bayern Munich. So, get this. So Lukaku, one of those players, and 80 to 90 million euros cash. Dreamers, mate. Absolute dreamers. All right, let's say 90 million. Let's just, for the fun of it, let's say they want 90 million cash. And then Lukaku has got to be, what, 30, even if it's not 4, let's just say 35 million euros. So they're on 125 million euros now over his release clause, and they want Trevoh Chalobah, who's got to be worth 30 million euros as well, 25 million pounds. They are absolute dreamers, mate. Absolute dream, no chance. So we're just trying to give them 60 million in Lukaku. They're going, no, 90 million, Lukaku, and someone else. So that's why there's speculation that this deal could be dead in the water. And for that money, mate, they can absolutely whistle. They can, do you know what I mean? I'm going nowhere near that. There's no guarantee that Osimhen's going to be a success at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look, there's this Nicky Bandini of the Football Weekly podcast quite rightly pulled up on this, speculation that he was really bad last season. Apparently, he still scored 15 goals in 25 games, or less than 25 games. He actually had a really elite return still, which, if you look at the goals per minute, that is excellent still. So fine, he's still a good striker regardless. But there's no guarantee he's just going to be slam dunked into Chelsea and indeed just the Premier League and be like, yeah, I can do this. So 60 million euros plus Lukaku, absolutely, because the excitement, the buzz alone, the interactions, the impressions, the clicks, the shirt sales, for the Osimhen number 9 Chelsea, yeah, great. 60 million. Doesn't matter if he scores 10 Premier League goals, fine. Do you know what I mean? It's always worth it for the excitement at the beginning. But yeah, that other money, silly money. So I totally fine with not signing him. Especially look, if you said to me Jackson's going to start for Chelsea again, I'd go great, but we need more. You can say Gu could be back up, great. Is that enough with 2 competitions? You could think, okay, Nkunku down the middle as well, maybe. Although Nkunku does look so much better starting one of these attacking 8s. You could think maybe, but if he went, actually also Chelsea have been really, really hot on this striker called Samu Amoradorian. He scored a few goals in La Liga, but they really like his profile and they really like how he looks, and he was their top target for in terms of profiling. You go, okay, great, stick him in, we're fine, done, mate, don't need anyone else. But Osimhen, of course, Chelsea shirt as a kid, idolising Didier Drogba, iconic African striker. It's terribly exciting, isn't it? So you'd take him. Anyway, keep it locked, guys. Watch this space. We will see. I will keep you informed this story as it develops. So do turn the bell on if you subscribe. Thank you for liking the video. And yeah, I hope to see you back here very soon. Peace.